Jalango came out in an interview to say how much money he has used, it's being used, he used in terms of campaigning. He said he spent close to more than 100 million to campaign to be a member of parliament for Langata. And he said that for you to campaign to be a president, you need money in billions. And for me, this was very, very crazy. Because of why? Because why is he pushing this narrative? There is a narrative. I strongly believe that this thing was not just said in good faith. This thing was said to the Gen Zs and to these young politicians who want to come up. It was a way of telling them that you people cannot afford to campaign in this country. It is damn expensive for you. So it's a way of discouraging them and making them back down. We want to analyze this critically. But before I go into the details, if you're coming here for the first time, kindly take a second to subscribe and to hit the notification bell so that anytime I post a video, you will always be the first to watch. So kindly do so, na kama kawaida, I'll be back. Thank you for everyone who has subscribed, and for the return subscribers, I really appreciate and salute you guys. Thank you so much. Now back to my video. So Jalango was in an interview with Mwakideu and he was being asked how money he spent. He said that he had planned for 30 million, for his campaign generally. And then later he said that money did not even go 4 days or 5 days. Your person ilikuwa imeisha. So he used money until he reached a point that he can't count anymore. But remember, in politics, nothing happens by coincidence. There is no word that is always said without something to back it up. You can listen critically, and we want to analyze this statement critically. It's saying that even for you to be a president, 1.3 billion is something you can use only in 3 days. As you can listen, you utaskia. So let me just put this video for you so that you can listen to what Jalango was saying, and then we can come back and give a deep analysis onto this matter. So watch this.
In the last 120 days,
yes.
Hizo ni 4 months za mwisho.
Yeah.
4 months za mwisho.
Yeah.
Hapo ndio sasa pesa inatumika kama maji.
Yeah.
Leo tuko Mombasa.
Yeah.
Kesho tunatakana Busia.
Yeah.
Tukimaliza Busia tuko Turukana. Tukitoka Turukana tunatakana Malakisi. Tukitoka Malakisi tunatakana Mombasa. Tukitoka Mombasa watu wa Kisii wanatutaka. Tukitoka Kisii watu wa Mabei wanatutaka, watu wa Kisumu wanatutaka. Tunaenda Garissa jamani, alafu tuende Mandera, alafu tuingie Wajir. Sasa hiyo kuna chopa kama ngapi? 5 ambazo ziko booked for 120 days. Na kuna yenye natoka chini without 2 million bob per hour. Na umezi book for 120 days. Si kama saizi tukitaka kwenda Kisumu na wewe nitapiga simu, captain nani kuna ndege jamani. Tufanye acha tuweke tu mafuta nini. Pale ni ziko booked and they are
zishalipiwa.
Sasa ile mbaya zaidi ni wachana na ndege. Ndege ni cheap. Magari za chini. Gari za chini. Unajua uko na timu ngapi? 3. Kuna timu tumefanya nayo campaign Nairobi, kuna timu natungoja Nakuru, na kuna timu natungoja Kisii. Si ati hii timu yenye tumemaliza nayo Nairobi ndio akimbie kufanya setup ya stage. Hao wenye tumemaliza nao Nairobi wanajua kesho kutwa tunaingia wapi? Malakisi. Hao wanatoka hapa kama wameenda Malakisi. Wale wa Nakuru tukimaliza nao wanaingia Kisii. Wale wenye walikuwa Mabei wakitoka yani
waende Mombasa. Maana Mombasa
timu ngapi?
3. Na
kila timu average ilikuwa na watu kama 200. Wanakula, wanakunywa, wakienda. Wewe ni simu tunapigiwa tu tumelala tu nini. Mafuta. Hapa tu. Itakuwa ngumu sana. Kuna watu watapumua.
So presidential hesabu yake inakuwa kama ngapi presidential?
Kama yangu ndio sijui. Hiyo president utajuaje?
Kama yako ilikuwa kama ngapi?
Kama yangu ndio sijui. Yangu najua budget yangu ilikuwa ni 30 million last year.
Budget yako na 30 million. Kwa nini unashangaa?
Iliisha hata kabla nipate ticket ya ODM.
Kabla upate ticket ya ODM
ilikuwa imerambwa na imeisha. Tumeanza mpya. Na ilienda paka nikaacha kuhesabu.
Uliletea kuhesabu kwa ngapi?
150 huko. Kwa sababu Nairobi vijana wanakuambia tao mwechi litengenezwa mtu mmoja jo. Tao ni ya mtu mmoja. Umeanza kuvuja pesa. Wewe kumbe hauna wanataka hata kukurudishia.
Watu 1500.
Siasa si rahisi. Wacha tusidanganyane. Watu wanaongwa siasa. Watu wanakula siasa. na inafanya siasa inakuwa kazi ngumu sana. Inafanya kuwa kama pesa ya mbunge unalipwa shilingi 1700. Hiyo ni baada ya kukatwa. Najua utasema ni milioni 1 lakini 1700 inakatwa inafika. Tunalipa SHA kila kitu housing. Sisi pia tunakatwa. Umebaki na shilingi 1700. Hii 1700 ukipiga na 60 months. Is it around 42 million? 42 million, yes. So kwa miaka 5 umelipwa 42 million. 42 million. Una mahitaji zako, constituency pia watu wana mahitaji zao. Mahitaji kubwa zaidi si hata maendeleo, ni matanga. Watu wanakufa hadi unachanganya nani watapiga.
You have listened to Jalango critically. And I think if you listen to him, you will understand that this message was directed to certain kind of people. You remember just recently, Maraga came out in an interview and said that he only has 2 million. The rest of the money will come out from Kenyans. And that is what we want to look at. Is it possible for Kenyans to campaign to mobilize funds for you until you become a president? For me, I know it's very, very possible. Because let us be serious. Let us look at it this way. When Jalango says that he used more than 200 million to campaign to be a member of parliament, once you get into parliament, Jalango had to find a way of reclaiming back his money. And that is why most of these politicians are corrupt. That is why most of these members of parliament work with the government, because they use a lot of money, and then this money, once they get into that seat, they have to find a way of recuperating their money and bringing back their money. So they have to find a way of working with the government. And the system has been designed in that way. The system had been designed in such a way whereby they make you sure you use a lot of money during campaign, and then you spend and once you win, you spend the next 5 years recuperating that money for the next campaign. So it becomes like a cycle whereby if the president just used more than maybe 100 billion to campaign, because if 1.3 is just used for a day, if he used more than 100 billion to campaign, then he will use all his power to reclaim that 100 billion and more, so that next time he's going to campaign, he will have more money to campaign. So it becomes like a cycle. It becomes like something that is so continuous for the members of parliament, for the politicians. And that is why they don't stop to be corrupt. That is why they are always corrupt. That is why they keep on stealing. And this is something that we as Kenyans, we need to stop. This is something that we as Kenyans, we need to break that cycle. We need to stop that cycle. And it can only be possible if anyone who wants to campaign, if anyone who wants to go for a political seat, he is supported and is funded by the people. That is what happens in America. In America, politicians don't use their money. It is always the people who come out to contribute. And that makes it easy. Once you go there, it's not hard. You can't be corrupt. It's so hard for you to steal, because that money was never yours. That money was contributed by the people. So we as the young people, we as the Kenyans, young people, we need to take that initiative. In 2027, let us crowdfund for one of us. Let us crowdfund for that person that we feel that this one should be the president. Let us campaign for him. I don't think there are other things that even require money. If one person just volunteers to, not even one person, even 10, 20 people on this social media, if we decide to design posters, and we push those posters online for that favorite candidate, if we decide to do skits with that favorite candidate, these comedians, these content creators that are online doing content all the time, if once we identify a candidate that we love and we start doing skits with him, we start putting him on our skits, if we start all these content creators who talk about politics, if on TikTok and all these, if we start talking about these people, if we start talking about this favorite candidate during campaign, we do their posters, everyone uploads his posters on our social media, everyone, that is really free advertising. You don't even need media station. You don't even need this mainstream media. That will be free advertising. Then we start going to the ground. Any Gen Z who is on the ground, we have a favorite candidate. You speak about him in the village. You speak about him in your ward. You speak about him everywhere. We campaign for him freely. That is even without sending something. The money that mtakuwa mnamtumia is only ya kuweka mafuta kwa gari na kwenda kutembea, at least aonekane sura, auze sera and everything. And maybe halipe media kidogo, mainstream, apate ka interview, maybe aongee kuhusu agenda yake, maybe apige ka documentary hapa na pale. We can even do those documentaries free for him. We have a lot of creatives outside here. We do documentaries in a lipo in kwa mainstream media, and it doesn't even need the mainstream media. We can push it online. We can push it on TikTok. We can push it on Facebook. We can push it on Instagram. We can push it on YouTube and all these platforms, and everyone market. So it is so. If we are united the way we are always united when someone of us amepata shida, we unite and then we contribute to him, we mobilize funds, he becomes pop, we support him the way Eric Omondi always does, and we decide to do that for a presidential candidate, and during the candidate, even he doesn't even need agents everywhere. We will be his agents. We will be in those polling stations, manning his votes, making sure that things go right. We will be in all police stations, standing there, standing guard, making sure vote zake hazibadilishwi, vote zake haziibiwi. That candidate will win asubuhi na mapema. Asubuhi na mapema. No system can beat that. No system can beat a candidate that the people have embraced and people have decided that huyu ndo tutasupport in all the grounds. You get? Huyu ndo tutasimama na yeye kila mahali. No candidate can beat that. The Gen Zs are so many. The millennials, the wake millennials are so many. If we decide that this is the candidate that we are going to crowdfund for, everyone atume 10 bob, 20 bob, 100 bob, 1,000 bob, nini from Kenya, from diaspora, pesa yote ingie, this candidate will have a lot of money. He will not have to use his money. And that is what Maraga is trying to say. Maraga is trying to tell people that it is possible. This is what even this guy, this young man alikuwa anaongelelea. Morara always also spoke about the same thing. It is possible. So mtu asikutishe ati because the moment someone spend his own money to more than 200 million to campaign, trust you me, mtu akiingia atakula CDF, atakula anything. He will try to seek tenders so that he can return, atarudisha pesa yake, because for him it's a business. It becomes a business. It no longer becomes a service. It becomes a business. For Jalango, it's a business, and that's why you see he speaks with a lot of arrogance sometimes, because he understands that lazima nirudishe pesa yangu, because next election lazima pia ni campaign. So guys, don't be fooled. We can mobilize funds for a candidate of our choice, and we should try it in this 2027. Let the candidate that Kenyans will settle for, let it be a people's candidate, not these old politicians. These old politicians, they have nothing. They ni tumbo yao tu wanashughulikia. Usidanganywe. Even the kina Gachagua, kina Ruto, kina Raila, those people don't care about you. They don't care about us. They only, even the opposition, they are out there wana complain juu wametupwa nje hawakuli. That is the thing. Don't be fooled. But anyway, guys, you can share your views in the comment section about this matter, and then we'll discuss. But above it all, as I always say, do not insult anyone. Always remain objective. Thank you. Until next time. Bye-bye.
The African